Hello everyone, welcome to part 7 of this Excel for supply chain tutorial. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic which is if and nested if. This according to me is the most important concept that you need to grasp out of this entire course because if is really important. It comes very handy when you want to create summaries out of your data, when you want to consolidate your data, when you want to summarize your data into some insights. Okay, now this is the Excel. This is the spreadsheet that we have created. We are tracking the factory performance report. We are making tracking the order status, and we would be creating summaries out of this. Okay, so let us first understand that why if conditions are so important. Okay, if conditions are important because it helps us create helper columns. Now, helper columns are important. I'll just demonstrate it with the pivot table. Do not worry if you do not know pivot table yet. It is only to demonstrate you. I know that we have not covered it, but we would be covering it in coming sections. I'm just to demonstrate what is the importance of a formula. I'm creating a pivot table. So what I want to do is I want to summarize this data in this way. I want to summarize the ship percentage column. I want to have categories of ship percentage, that how many orders are falling in which category. So more than 100% one order, between 70 to 100% three orders, less than 78%. This is a very good summary to track your ship percentage, and probably even helps you increase the ship percentage when you know which orders are creating more problems. Okay, so here we have this ship percentage column. Now I select this data, I click on insert pivot table. I want to put the pivot table in the same sheet here. I want to put it here. Okay, and okay. Now ship percentage, put on rows, just put, and I'll put this count here. Here you can see we have come close to what we wanted to create, but here we are getting a range of values. We are not getting these categories, so we need to create these categories here. Now without creating this category, if I am trying to do this pivot table, if I'm trying to create a summary, I'll get a long range of numbers, and probably the summary is not going to make sense. So what we need to do is we need to create a column here. Let us call that ship percentage category, or let's call that ship percentage grade. Okay, here we want to put that if it is more than 100, then it should say more than 100. If it is between 70 to 100, it should say between 70 to 100. If it is less than 70, it should say 70 percentage. So for this we are going to use if, and inside that if we are going to use another if called as nested if. So let us understand this with the help of a simple example. This is the formula for if statement in Excel. So if bracket open, you first write the condition. So the condition gives you the output as true or false. So if it gives a true, whatever you want to print, it comes here, separated by a comma, and then false. So we want to create an if condition for this column here. If the sport person is Ronaldo, we want to print Portugal. If it is not Ronaldo, we want to put Argentina. Okay, so how does this look like in English? Okay, so if, which is the same as the if in Excel, condition, our condition here is sports person is Ronaldo. So if the condition is found to be true, we want to put the country is Portugal. And if the condition is false, we want to put the country is Argentina. So here in the formula, the condition will be check if the sport person is Ronaldo. True will have Portugal, false will have Argentina. Okay, so let us write the formula here. You type equal to if. As soon as you type, you get this prompt here. If you double click it, it's going to help you in writing the formula. It is going to give you the syntax. So our logical test, our condition is if this cell contains Ronaldo. Now, whenever we write text inside a formula, we write it under double quotes. So I'm putting Ronaldo under double quotes, separated by a comma. Comma. Now this is highlighted, which means that we have come to this block. What do we want to print? If it is Ronaldo is the condition is true, we want to print Portugal. Okay, bracket closed, comma. Now it is coming to false. If it is not Ronaldo, if it contains anything other than Ronaldo, it should print Argentina. Now bracket close. We open one bracket, so we are closing one bracket. Press on enter. It is telling Portugal, which is the correct value we wanted, and then it is saying Argentina. So this is right. We got what we wanted. But here but here what happens when we have few more entries here? We want to check more than one condition. Let's say I had this Varon and I had Arjun as well. So these two guys are not either from Portugal or Argentina. We want to put world here. Okay. Now in this case, if I use the same formula which we have written here, if I drag it down, it is going to give me Argentina, which is not right. We wanted world here. So how do we do that? We do this by writing if conditions inside an if condition, and we call that nested if. Nested if is an if statement inside of an if statement. Now nested if is written the same formula what we use for if. The only difference is that this entire block of if statement will be written at the false part of this block. Okay, so our second condition here is sports person is Messi, and if it is true, Argentina, and if it is false, world. So this entire block of statement here will be written at the false part of this if statement. So let us see this in this formula. So I will delete this value because Argentina for Varun and Arjun is wrong. So I am just going to delete it. Okay, this is my if formula. I'll just copy from here to here, copy, and we have discussed that it should go in the false part. So I'm deleting the false part and pasting it here. Okay, now this is come here. My second state condition was that check for Messi, and if it is true, you have to write Argentina, and if it is false, you have to write world. Now this bracket will close. It is important to note the color of the bracket. It helps you find out that if the number of brackets opened and closed is correct. So red bracket is there here, red bracket is here, it is correct. Black is here and black is here, which is also correct, and press enter. Now let us try to see. Portugal is correct. Messi, Argentina is also correct. I drag it down, world is correct, and world is correct. So we have written an if so I hope that if statement and nested if statement would be clear to you with this simple example. Now let us try to do this in this use case that we were discussing. We want to have categories, we want to have grades of ship percentage here. We are going to use the if statement that we discussed right now. So let me just zoom in a bit. Okay, so equal to if, double click, if ship percentage is greater than 100%, you should try more than 100%, bracket or double quotes closed, comma. Now again in the false part there will be another if. So if once you check for 100%, if it is not 100%, check if this is greater than 70%, and if it is found to be true, you have to type between 70 to 100%, close, comma, I'll type it here, and if, and the final condition is, if none of this is true, it should be less than 70%. Close the bracket. So red bracket is closed, and there will be another close, which is black bracket, and this is correct. Okay, we see that our categories have now come up. So now we would be able to create this kind of summary for this data. I hope if and nested if is clear to you. The next video we are going to discuss an even bigger example of if and nested if, where we are going to combine if along with and or and check for even more conditions. So stay tuned, and if you have not subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you.